Where do we start? All right, I work with APC. Good evening, brothers and sisters, well-meaning Nigerians, obedient, OK movement members, Kwankwasia, and the national coordinator of our Great Obedient Movement, Dr. Atiku, who have happened to be my brother and friend for many years. We've worked together. For me, to be on the side of the opposition is one of the greatest sacrifices any one of you are making today, including me, myself, and whoever is part of that struggle. Because people who have gotten so accustomed to trying to be on the table where the future of Nigeria is shared, mismanaged, and used for personal interest instead of for the collective good of our own people. Today we have no schools, public schools that we can be proud of. Today we have no health care centers that we can be proud of. Today we have no motorway roads in most part of the country that we can be proud of. All because those in power think that they've hijacked the system and that the voice of the people no longer matters. People have become so dictatorial in their attitude towards governance that I think that whatever they do, you just have to accept it. We're here today. Some of you have sacrificed your time, your resources to be here since morning. First of all, I must commend the FCT coordinator for the courage, the determination to have gone round this morning to celebrate the birthday of a great personality, of a man that we have decided to invest our future into his hands. Some of us know him personally, and that's why we're very confident of his ability to look at the cost-saving measures, the wasteful expenditure, the wasteful management of public resources that have left our people in darkness. Because you cannot imagine where $3 billion has been expended for the management, for the revampment of our refineries. Nobody's arrested, nobody's being questioned, and the refineries are not working. You cannot imagine where the International Monetary Fund say 8.8 trillion naira was extra-budgetary expenses. That means budget expenditure that were not recorded, that did not follow proper procedure. That leads to corruption, that leads to mismanagement, and that is the reason why we're here where we are today. Our country is very rich. We do not have problem of money. I can tell you that Nigeria has the resources, the human capital. The current unemployment we face today is as a result of poor management of our collective resources. It's as a result of people who are not competent, who have no capacity, who have no vision, and who have no ability to transform our enormous potential into resourceful state of management of resources that would have bettered the life of our generation. Today we have the level of borrowing that the government have done, that they have mortgaged the future of our children till 2050, 2060. None of these people that are doing this borrow will be here. You don't want to talk, you don't want to say anything, but I'm telling you the Nigerian situation is in dire straits. You cannot imagine that an agency that they said is not recognized has all this correspondence with the people in power, and they are not willing to set up independent inquiry. The reason why some of us, and most of you, whether at home or wherever you are, believe in Peter Obi, is his ability to use public resources in a very efficient and effective manner, in a way that people's lives will be touched, that those who money belongs to, will have a better benefit from the resources that Nigerians have earned. One of the pure lies and narratives that the APC is creating today, that I want to correct here, is when the APC government will tell you to go and ask your governor, that they are giving the governors a lot of money, that you should go and ask them. Let me tell you, that is a fallacy. Today, the APC government has 53% share of the federal allocation that is allocated to the federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What is it doing with the 53% share, including with the increase to the cost of sales for crude oil? What is no money meant for? We're not building new roads. Our infrastructures are in dilapidated states. Federal medical centers are not getting new infrastructures. Federal universities across Nigeria are not being, there's no more investment for them, for the university to thrive or run independently in an effective manner that our children could get better education. People talk about loan, 1960, 1970, 1980, 1950, including Wale, everybody who went to school on free scholarship from federal government. Apart from free scholarship, they also get to eat half one full chicken a day. What happened? Why is it that the current generation cannot have such benefit? Because what is meant for the current generation, the generation that benefited most, are now stealing those money, that embezzling those resources. Don't let anybody tell you lie, that Nigeria is suffering because we don't have resources. We are suffering because we don't have good managers of resources in place. We are suffering because people are embezzling our public resources. We are suffering because money meant for you, money meant for our children, is being embezzled. I want to tell you something. When Jack Conde did housing, when Jack Conde turned private schools to public schools in Lagos, I was opportune to go to places like Bobby College, which my father could not afford. But today, you go to university of this our countries, you cannot find one foreign student in any of our federal universities. Foreign students. That is how you do health check with your universities. Because if you go to Ghana today, you see foreign students in their university. You go to Benin Republic, you see foreign students in their university. You go to Togo, you see foreign students in their university. When I went to International Institute of Journalism, we went with foreign students, people from Cameroon. When I went to University of Abuja, there were no foreign students. Even in masters, no foreign students. PhD, no foreign students. I have been in school at least for the last 20 years. I can tell you that there are no foreign students in none of the class I've sat. Because your educational system is not improving enough for people to sit in their country and say that they are bringing this thing. Instead of security, the government has given us insecurity. Why you say that the government gave us insecurity? The strongest terrorizing authority in every part of the world is the government. The government has a complete capacity to mobilize resources, men and manpower, and even equipment to enter Sambisa forest and shut it down within the next 1 month. Do it because there's this connection, network of corruption around security budget and all sorts of resources that has been manipulated for personal use. We cannot save this country by just looking at those who are in power and allow them to say, hey, they just do them now, he consign them, another person go see come, he go be like them. Everybody is not the same. You are not the same. You are not the same. You are not the same. If not, nobody stops you. You know APC headquarters. People are going there to queue for personal reasons. You are not going there. So because you are not the same with the bad people, that's why you should believe there are leaders too who are above board, who have the capacity, who have the competence, who have the merit, and who have the belief in this system. And that leader, the reason why we have queued behind him is Peter Obi. Let me tell you, nobody among the three major candidates, I can tell you that the person who have pathway to success in the coming election is Peter Obi. Pathway to victory. If people say don't mention him, I can tell you today that Atiku cannot get 25% in any of the southern states. He cannot win any of the 17 southern states. So if you cannot win 3 zones within the country, southwest, southeast, south-south, how are you going to have a pathway to the presidency? So the simple thing is that they would have supported somebody who has that pathway. But people think that being selfish and being self-interest is the only way to power. We must be able to make Nigeria work for the good of Nigerian people. It's enough that we sit on the sidelines and think that things will get better. From what I see, it will not get better except you get involved, except you participate, except you question them, except you demand that the right thing should be done for our people. It is your right, it is your responsibility, it is your commitment and determination that can change the course of this downward spiral. Nigeria is falling. Nigeria is falling in their hands. They have messed up the economy. They came and removed fuel subsidy in a very hasty, unproductive, unplanned manner. When you remove fuel subsidy without planning, you increase the cost of transportation by over 400%. When the cost of transportation increases, you know what increases? The cost of labor and the cost of goods and services. Because when you are transporting from Kano to Abuja for 10,000 before your tomato, and the cost of transportation was 10,000 before, and it has increased to 50,000, will the cost of tomato not increase? Will the cost of the people who are coming to work from Kano not increase? This is what happened with the irresponsible manner by which President Tinubu removed the fuel subsidy. It's an irresponsible decision without thinking of the poor. Because the money that came out of that fuel subsidy was not used to alleviate the suffering of the masses. The money was not invested in transportation buses that would have reduced the cost of transportation. We can't see the CMG they promised. The money was not used to build any public hospitals. The money has not been used to do anything. So where is the money that was removed from the subsidy removal? Where is the extra money that comes into FAC allocation to the federal government at 52%? So we must ask questions, because even if we are not going to benefit, the future of our children should matter to us. And I tell those in power, you should learn from those who have come before you. The headswayers in power, they were governors, they were presidents. Where are their children today? They kept all the money for them. Where are they today? So the only way you can keep better life for your children is to build a responsible and egalitarian society where all man will have the benefit and access to public utility in a way that you shift the life expectancy of all our people equally. Because if you don't do that, and you think keeping billions for your children is the way to secure their future, I want to tell you today, those who stole before you did it and they failed. So you must look at the better way and invest in the benefit of all mankind and be fair to everybody. Today there's no excitement. They are playing the national anthem. There's no excitement. In my days in primary school in Lagos, the national anthem is like our ghost. We leave our body and go and stay somewhere. We are standing still. We hold our chest. So therefore you were in Lagos now, doctor. You will see the national anthem embodies the spirit of a Nigerian person. The national anthem is the spirit that moves us when we're in school. But today you can call some of these children, nobody can sing the national anthem. Because there's no national cohesion. There's no support for national unity. The disintegration and the peaceful nature we enjoy is not there. And the worst of all, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, instead of looking for a way to bring progress by investing massively in the collective good of our people by putting healthcare in forefront, reverse the national anthem to the colonial era, and thought that national anthem is our problem. It is lack of proper policy, it is lack of economic management system, it is wasteful spending that is our problem. And me and a lot of people here who are convinced believe that one man has shown to be prudent, one man has shown to be effective, one man has shown to be efficient,